And this Philly offense set to go. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford on the move to his left. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now it's Stafford. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Stafford now to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. This is Smith with a grab. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And diving to try to get the first down, he's going to be a little bit shy of the marker. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Stafford eluding the pressure. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1 to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Meanwhile, Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. One last throw here for Goff. Being chased out left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McLeod. And the Eagles are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
Madden Football is the home of Super Bowl 56. And this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Eagles and the Browns coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. For the first time in almost 30 years, the big game is back in Los Angeles. Super Bowl 56 underway, taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. First carry for Nick Chubb. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
The 26-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on fourth down here. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Eagles are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Eagles 7, Browns nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield dancing to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The 34-yard line.
Now Mayfield steps away to his left. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd and 2, Mayfield forced out to his left. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. What a moment for him, a pick-6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick-6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well, but I got to go.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught at the 5.
Here we go.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for
15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
15. Browns, nothing.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing, Mayfield. Drops it off for Chubb. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Yeah, the Browns are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
That's a big league job there, getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Chubb again. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb taking it in from a yard out. And the Browns are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
41 yards on the ground for him so far. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. Swings this out for Hunt. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Mayfield on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. After the interception, here's Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Steps away. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And finding the tight end, Hooper. Touchdown, Browns. Austin Hooper, 28 yards. And the Browns Eagles move back within a couple of the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to...
And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, they're down only one score. Still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, it's Kelsey. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Travis Kelce as time expires in the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead on the final play of the half. And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
A final shot before the break. Stanford. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman. And the Browns are going to have it here just past the 25.
The Browns take over first and 10.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Out to his left. Now Mayfield lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet
and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Myles Garrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
The score, Eagles 23, Browns 20.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field.
He's got a man complete. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Philadelphia. And when we talk about yards after the catch, you think about speedy little receivers, but Travis Kelce was 3rd in the NFL in 2020 in that category. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players. But most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield rolling to his left. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Mayfield looks to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Mayfield now. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Mayfield on play action. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Lance now on first down. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Lance. He'll buy some time right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. 2nd and 10 here in the third quarter of Super Bowl 56. To throw, Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
That's good. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mayfield on the move to his left. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On third down, Mayfield. It's caught by Hooper. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And Mayfield will have a first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it, rolling to his right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Flushed out right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bury him for a loss of 11. After the sack on first down, Lance. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw...
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Browns. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eric Wilson. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance eluding the pressure right. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there for Philly. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's complete. Touchdown, Eagles! Kyle Juszczyk, 32 yards. And the Eagles are moving closer to their 2nd Super Bowl title in franchise history. They'll try and throw for it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Well, that 2-point attempt failed due to the fumble, but people can't see this, but you got a ball in your hands now, and you got the thing locked in pretty well. You got it covered up.
I love having a football in the booth. I always hang on to it. Makes me feel like I actually played back in my day.
Well, you probably could have. If you'd run that play, you would not have fumbled. I can tell you that.
Maybe. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say it. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
Showtime, baby.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Back near his goal line. Here's Lance. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for Philly. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Play action. Now it's Lance. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now.
And my goodness, another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.